What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skunk Monkey. Well, you can call me Kellen now. Skunk Monkey is, he's dead. That name represents a time in my life that I would rather forget about. I know a lot of you are wondering where I've been, what I'm doing, and the answer is taking back my life. I know I originally started this as a gaming channel, and I can hear you all feverishly clicking the unsubscribe button right now, but this is no longer a gaming channel. Sorry. You might have noticed that I look a little bit different than the last time you saw me. So 4 or 5 years ago, I was in the midst of what I would consider one of the absolute worst times of my life. I was grossly overweight, gaining even more week by week, sleep deprived, escaping reality through video games, completely lacking any semblance of sex drive. You could have been a time traveler coming to me from the future and saying, Kellen, you know that time you had sex like 2 years ago? That was the last time you're ever gonna have sex in your entire life. And at the time, I would have been like, and like gone and rolled up another joint and started playing video games.
Great Scott.
How pathetic is that? Like, oh my God, I cringe when I think about it. I mean, that's one of the most, or it should be, one of the most primary drivers for a man. The biological urge to mate and reproduce is fundamentally ingrained in the male DNA. And the fact that my desire was so completely gone, it's something I look back on now with just incredible shame. Absolute shame. Just pathetic. I continued to work my menial dead-end job, dissociating from reality, and then I had my biggest, what I call an aha moment. You see, I worked in a laboratory at the time, and the process of getting into my workspace involved taking off my street clothes, putting them in a locker, and putting on work-issued scrubs, not something like you'd see a nurse wear. Now, I have a timeline in my head of the years going by, slowly gaining weight, getting bigger and bigger, and having to move up size after size. Every time I would just be filled with just dread and shame every time I did it, but I kept going up and up and up. And there was one time where I'd been at a 3X scrub for quite a while, and even that was starting to get tight. Like, it was getting really uncomfortable. It was starting to almost restrict my breathing. And once again, I had to do the size up of shame, and I reached for a bigger size scrub, only there was no bigger size. 3XL was the biggest that my work had in the area. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? And just the shame and embarrassment that I was used to was just, it was like times 100 at this point. And I literally sat there shirtless, sitting in the locker room, just trying to hold back tears. And I just had all these thoughts going through my head, and I could just remember it like it was yesterday. And I tried to like reconcile my situation. I was like, 4X isn't that big. Why does my job not have 4X clothes? I mean, there's people bigger than me that wear bigger than 3X. Am I gonna have to special order clothes? This is really dumb. There should be bigger clothes. And then reality hit me like a fucking dump truck. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? My lifestyle, my habits, my attitude, demeanor, it was just all right here in my brain. And I'm thinking there, like, people aren't supposed to live like this. And that day I decided to take my first step towards changing my life. That very day, that was the moment that everything changed. This moment took place in late December of 2021, I believe, yeah. And with my mom joining in with me. P.S. An amazing support system is like crucial for any sort of like fitness journey. And I love you, Ma, by the way. And together we decided to clean up our nutrition, and we started a keto diet as kind of a New Year's resolution that year. And it was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. The first few weeks were pretty brutal when you're like carb obsessed like I was. I completely gave up bread, which was the hardest part. And here I am 4 years later, still haven't had a bite of bread. You proud of me? It's been a struggle, but I'm keeping up with it. And we both found our grooves with that diet. It was really good. And the weight just melted off. I lost like 20 pounds in the first month. It was amazing. I felt amazing. And it just, momentum started picking up, and it just snowballed from there. Whenever my progress started to stall, I would kind of tweak something and tighten down the screws. I would change like my intervals of eating. I would lower my calories a little bit. I started to track my calories, and again and again, I just started going down and down and down, and I'd plateau a little bit, tighten up the screws, scale went down, plateau, small change, results, plateau, small change, results, and on and on and on. And after about 6 months, I had dropped about 80 pounds. So that was crazy. Once I reached a certain weight, though, I knew that modifying my diet more and cutting back my calories was just going to tank my metabolism. So I decided to make another change, and that change was the gym. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a guy watching this and you're struggling to find purpose, self-respect, self-esteem, energy, sex drive, anything, go to the fucking gym. I was lost in my life, and I found everything I needed to fix my life at the gym. Instant gratification replaced with delayed gratification. Motivation, just fleeting motivation, just changed into discipline. My mood improved. My sex drive came back. As my weight training got more intense, I actually switched away from keto and reincorporated carbs to kind of fuel my training. I gained so much confidence. It was insane. I began to hold my head up high and my chest proud. I could look myself in the mirror and appreciate the person I was becoming. And I was filled with a level of confidence I quite literally had never had in my entire life. And after a month or so, I outgrew the fitness center at my gym, which was kind of ill-equipped. They didn't have a squat rack or anything like that. And on the recommendation of a very special friend, I joined a more well-equipped gym in my town. Now, this is where the results really started to come. My discipline and my drive just were like a locomotive at this point, a runaway train. I reached the point where it was like hard for me to take a rest day from the gym just because of the way I felt and the person I was inside the gym. Now, some of you might call that exercise addiction, and you're probably right. But compared to the addictions I had a few years ago, I think exercise is probably one of the best addictions you can have. And there's another funny thing about fitness is it so crucially grounds you in reality. I wanted more from my body and from my mind, and I just implicitly expected more out of my life. I looked at my just dead-end, unfulfilling job and just started to want more. I looked at my relationships with women and started to want more. I looked back on the previous 20 plus years of my life, time that most normal people are grinding, building wealth, starting families, and realized that I essentially just wasted it. Just spinning my gears, smoking weed, playing video games, instant gratification, just useless activities, fruitless pleasures with nothing to show for it. So here I am, at 41 years of age, grabbing life by the balls and fixing everything that's wrong with it. You know that job I was talking about? Yeah, I don't have it anymore. Can you guess where I'm working now? You can probably guess. Yes. I am now working at that same gym that I started working out at about 2.5 years ago. I'm also the manager, and I'm also a personal trainer. So I got that going for me.
Which is nice.
And very soon I'm going to be helping guide people that were just like me on the very same type of journey that I started 2.5 years ago. I'm leveling up my health, my relationships, and my finances. Drinking, smoking, porn, video games, they no longer interest me. Every free moment I have now, I'm grinding, reading books, bettering my character, developing myself personally. I'm bettering myself, and I'm bettering the lives of the people that I come in contact with. And a big part of that is totally revamping this YouTube channel. No more gaming videos or Let's Plays. It's going to be sort of a lifestyle channel, I guess you could say. Fitness vlogs, diet tips, training videos, commentaries, self-help, motivational videos, all kinds of stuff. Basically, I want everyone to watch my content, come away feeling empowered and motivated to make the same changes that I made in my life. So if you're a gamer and you sub to me for gaming content, sorry. It's been like 5 years. What the hell are you guys still doing here anyway? But if you're a subscriber of mine and you see parallels between your life and mine, maybe you should stick around. If this content even inspires one person to take the plunge and unfuck their lives, well, I consider that a dub. I look forward to bringing you as much content as I can to this channel. I really hope you enjoy it. Stick around. It's going to be really fun. Once again, I'm Kellen, signing off. Stay healthy. Stay hungry. Peace.